Day 2 has wrapped for the bail hearing of Meng Wanzhou, the CFO of Chinese tech company Huawei. It was another busy day here. Media from around the world were set up right here outside BC Supreme Court in Vancouver. Inside the courtroom, it was full, 150-person capacity. That was full, and they even had an overflow set up where people were right outside the courtroom watching the proceedings on TV. Meng Wanzhou walked in a green sweatsuit. She had a smile on her face, and she was in good spirits despite having spent more than a week in police custody, and she'll have to spend at least one more night there because no decision was made today. In the proceedings today, we heard from two witnesses brought forward by Meng's defense team. They both specialized in security and surveillance, and over the weekend they put together a proposal for the supervision of Meng should she be released on bail. It includes putting a GPS tracking bracelet on her, providing a private driver and secured vehicle, along with two personal security officers. Meng, who's 46 years old, would be monitored 24/7, and her security detail would need to approve of anywhere she may go. We also heard today Meng's husband, Liu Xiaozong, has offered to be the surety of Meng's bail. He owns two homes on Vancouver's west side and says he will post both of them plus a $1 million cash deposit. It's a total of $15 million in bail money. He also says he'll work from home to be with Meng at all times to help assure the courts she's not a flight risk. But an issue that was discussed at length in court today is whether Meng's husband is qualified to post her bail. By law, the surety must be a BC resident, but Liu is not. It's something the judge said he needs to discuss further. Meng was arrested December 1st between flights in Vancouver while en route from Hong Kong to Mexico. Her arrest coming at the request of the U.S. Washington alleges Meng, Huawei's chief financial officer, used a shell company to do business with Iranian telecoms in violation of U.S. sanctions against Iran. Meng's detention has infuriated China and sparked a diplomatic tug of war between the U.S. and China, with Canada caught squarely in the middle. Beijing summoned the ambassadors of both Canada and the U.S. this past weekend, demanding Meng's release, and warned Canada of grave consequences if Meng is not released. The court case also prompted the BC government to suspend a forestry trip to China as tensions run high. Security experts warn Ottawa needs to take China's threats seriously.
In the past, China has reacted to Canada in a variety of ways. It has used trade tools such as banning Canadian exports like canola. It has gone so far as to actually unrecognize University of Calgary degrees when the Dalai Lama spoke there a few years ago. It has also even taken hostages. For example, the Garrett family was basically arrested by the Chinese state for espionage after we had extradited a Chinese spy to the United States. So there's a variety of very serious actions that China could actually undertake.
We are a country of the rule of law. We live up to our international obligations, and we trust our courts to do the right things.
Canada is in a really difficult position right now. It's caught between two very large trading partners, the United States and China, and it has to be very careful with how it goes forward. I think the most important thing is to say to China that we are a nation of the rule of law and we have to let this court process go through, but at the same time making sure that Ms. Meng has access to all of the legal resources that she needs.
Keep in mind, this case is getting a lot of attention, and it's only the bail hearing. After this, there'll be a separate hearing for her extradition to the United States, but U.S. authorities haven't even submitted that paperwork yet. So expect this case to go on for weeks, if not months. In Vancouver, Travis Prasad, City News.